Welcome. Thank you for taking a moment to watch my video on self-care. And this video, I'm going to title it, What is Ayurveda? Because that's what Ayurveda is. Ayurveda is self-care. The word Ayurveda, you can break it up into two parts. It's Ayur and Veda. Veda is knowledge. In the Vedic sciences, it's knowledge, and Ayur is life. So the science of life is the science of how we live life to the fullest. And so you can think about it this way. In Western medicine, we treat the body when there's already disease or there's suffering within the body. In Ayurveda, the goal is at the opposite end of the spectrum. We want to care for the body and have those self-care practices so that we prevent ourselves from disease within the first place. So it's said that over 95% of disease is caused by stress. That's right. 95+% of disease is caused by stress. So if we have lifestyle self-care practices in the first place, we can keep our body free of most modern-based diseases. So I named my business Love Yourself, and there's a reason for that. We all believe that we love ourselves, right? But there's a concept in yoga and Ayurveda called ahimsa. And ahimsa means to do no harm. It means to do no harm to others, but first that process starts with the self. So to do no harm to the self. So every day we make choices. We make thousands of choices within any single given day on whether we're going to turn left or right, whether we're going to pick up a glass of water, how we're going to start our day upon awakening, what we're going to do throughout that day, and then how we're going to end that day. Ayurveda is everything. So I like to tell people who are yogis, yoga is what happens on the mat. Ayurveda is everything that happens off of the mat, from the time we wake up in the morning till the time we go to bed at night. Every single one of those choices that we make either keep us thriving and living to our fullest potential, or we create suffering. So that's what Ayurveda really means in a nutshell. I mean, we could get into the science and the philosophy and so many other things, but I just wanted you to take from this video the concept of self-care, meaning that it really is like every single decision that we make throughout the day. And then I just want to take a quick moment to tell you my own story to just give you some context of what this means. So I was a runner and I ate gourmet food, and I thought I lived pretty much like the French, or European. My mom raised me, on more of a French-based diet, and I really thought that I was living a life of vitality. And in my late 20s, I was in a massive car accident, and my life literally changed forever. And I went from a thriving young individual to someone over years and years who spiraled downhill and was living after my first and second child in a life of chronic pain. And at that time, I sought out every healer that I could find to help me. So I would go to chiropractors and physical therapists. I was in chiropractic care for a year, physical therapist. I went to see pain specialists. I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia, hypothyroidism, leaky gut, several nutritional deficiencies, and so there was an awakening that happened inside of me where I realized that I didn't want to live a life of chronic pain, and I had no idea where the answer was, but I was determined at some point to find it, because I was literally brought to my knees in pain. And I believe that that's true for a lot of people's healing journey, that we'll tolerate a lot and then think about it as like a cup that just gets so full, and at some point that cup is just pouring water outside, and it's just flooding, and it's not able to hold anymore. And I think that's really what happens for a lot of people on our healing journey, is we just can't take it anymore, and we're willing to try anything. So that's what happened to me. And I had stumbled upon Ayurveda before. I had read a book on it, but there was a lot within that book that asked a lot of things of me. And I really didn't see myself wanting to make massive shifts in my lifestyle. And I kept coming back to it, and there was something that really resonated with me when I was brought to my knees and I was searching for an answer. And it was the concept of that we are our own divine healer. Yes, there's God, and we can pray to God for healing, but we have to take self-responsibility for our actions. We can't just, do the same things over and over again every single day and expect different results, right? That's not really wise to do the same thing every day and expect that your body is just going to have some radical transformation. And I liken this to what's happening with the CBD market, and at least in Louisville, Kentucky, and I'm sure in other parts of the country as well, that people are flocking to buy CBD, and they're looking at it as a cure-all, just like a pharmaceutical drug or something that's going to fix them. It's external, right? It's something that you take from the outside and you put it in the body, and you're looking for a result. Now, while CBD is super powerful, it is just one of, if not hundreds of thousands of herbs that are super, super potent and powerful. We're just like latching onto one herb. But my point in saying this is that we like to have a quick fix. As Americans, we want the quickest result that's going to get us. That's why people are so, like, they hear about a new diet and it's like the biggest next thing, and then they hear about something else, and then everybody's confused on what to eat and what to do, because we're all looking for some quick fix or magic pill that's going to fix us. So I want you to take away from this video that self-care means every single decision that we make from the time we wake up in the morning till the time we go to bed. It's our lifestyle all day long, and that there's this concept of self-responsibility. And I don't like say this lightly. I'm not trying to come down on anybody, but if we're constantly wanting a quick fix, or we're constantly looking outside of ourselves, then we're not really in that deeper journey of healing. And I like take this to the fitness industry. Most people come to fitness or even yoga for vanity, for the physical body. But then we get into these practices and we realize there's a whole mind-body component. And as we go deeper, we realize it's not just the mind and body, but it's our own mind, body, and spirit. The health of three layers, three parts of the body: the mind, the body, and the spirit. So anyway, I'm going to have multiple videos. I'm going into some more explanation of Ayurveda, self-care practices, self-care rituals that you can do, and to shed this love and light with anyone who's willing to listen. Thank you so much, and I look forward to sharing more videos with you. Every week I'll have one that will show up in your inbox. Thank you. Bye-bye.